just across the bar. My seat's been taken by some sunglasses, asking about a scar. And I know I gave it to you months ago. I know you're trying to forget, but between the drinks and subtle things, the holes in my apologies, you know, I'm trying hard to take it back. So if by the time the bar closes and you feel like falling down, I'll carry you home tonight. We are young, so let's set the world on fire. We can burn brighter than the sun tonight. We are young, so let's set the world on fire. We can burn brighter than the sun. No, I know that I'm not all that you got. I guess that I just thought maybe we could find new ways to fall apart. But our friends are back, so let's raise it down. 'Cause I found someone to carry me home tonight. We are young, so let's set the world on fire. We can burn brighter than the sun tonight. We are young, so let's set the world on fire. We can burn brighter than the sun. Counting down tonight, just counting down tonight, counting down tonight, just counting down tonight. The moon is on my side. I have no reason to run, so will someone come and carry me home tonight? The angels never arrive, but I can hear the choir. So will someone come and carry me home tonight? We are young, so let's set the world on fire. We can burn brighter than the sun tonight. We are young, so let's set the world on fire. We can burn brighter than the sun. So if by the time the bar closes and you feel like falling down, I'll carry you home tonight.
All my life been hustling, and tonight is my appraisal. 'Cause I'm a hooker selling songs, and my pimp's a record label. This world is full of demon stocks and bonds and Bible traders. So I do the deed, get up and leave a climber and a sadist. Yeah. Are you ready for the sequel? Ain't ready for the latest? In the garden of evil, I'm gonna be the greatest. In a golden cathedral, I'll be praying for the faithless. And if you lose, boo-hoo. Hey, look, Ma, I made it. Hey, look, Ma, I made it. friends are happy for me, or they're honeysuckle phonies. Then they celebrate my medals, or they wanna take my trophies. Some are loyal soldiers, while these other thorns are rosy. And if you never know who you can trust, then trust me, you'll be lonely. Oh, are you ready for the sequel? Ain't ready for the latest in the garden of evil. I'm gonna be the greatest in a golden cathedral. I'll be praying for the faithless, and if you lose, boo-hoo. Hey, look, ma, I made it. Hey, look, ma, I made it. Everything's coming up aces, aces. If it's a dream, don't wake me, don't wake me. I said, hey, look, ma, I made it, I made it. I said, hey, look, ma, I made it, I made it. I see it, I want it, I take it, take it. If it's a dream, don't wake me, don't wake me. I said, hey, look, ma, I made it. Mama, best believe it. Mama, best believe it. Think I must be dreaming. What a weekend dreaming. Mama, best believe it. Mama, best believe it. Think I must be dreaming. Hey, look, ma, I made it.
My mama called, see you on TV. Sunset shit done changed. Ever since we was on, I dreamed it all. Ever since I was young, they said I wouldn't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had the dedication. People hating, say we changing, look, we made it. Yeah, we made it. That was never friendly, yeah. Now I'm jumping out of Bentley, yeah. And I know I sound dramatic, yeah. But I know I had to have it, yeah. For the money, I'm a savage, yeah. I be itching like I had it, yeah. I'm surrounded 20 bad bitches, yeah. But they didn't know me last year, yeah. Everyone wanna act like they important, but all that mean nothing when I saw my door, yeah. Everyone counting on me, drop the ball, yeah. Everything custom like I'm at the bottom, yeah, yeah. If you fuck with winning, put your lighters to the sky. How could I make
We do have an overflow room for those For those of you who are standing on the wall, there is an overflow room. We know that you're not directly, but there's a TV and you can hear as well, just in case you don't want to continue standing. Rise. Please rise. Please rise, please. You may be seated. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Lisa Linton, the proud campus director of Premier High School, Waco. Woo! As a courtesy to our class of 2025, please turn off all cell phones if you haven't already, and thank you. On behalf of our Board of Trustees, our Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Chuck Cook, who is here tonight accompanied by his beautiful wife, Michelle. Our Premier Superintendent, Mr. Jason Bernal, Executive Director of Premier High School, Regional Director, Mr. Roderick Saldano, and Dr. Elizabeth Camarana, Superintendent of Texas Works, who is here with us tonight, and the staff of Premier High School, Waco. Welcome to our commencement, celebrating and honoring the class of 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, I would also like to take the opportunity to welcome all parents, family members, friends, the faculty, and everyone who is here today in attendance. But more importantly, I would like to thank you for being a part of these young men and women's lives for over the last 18 years. That deserves applause, parents. That means you. So at this time, will you please join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance, which will be led by Mahea Pena.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mahea. We will now have a welcome by Ariana Lopez.
Good afternoon, distinguished guests, faculty, staff, parents, and fellow graduates. My name is Ariana Lopez Navarro, and it is an honor to be standing here today. When I was first asked to give this speech, my first thought was, wow, they really must have ran out of options. But here we are, and I promise I'll try to make it worth your time. At first, I wasn't sure what to say, or if I was even the right person to say it, but then I remembered something important. We all have a purpose. It's easy to look at others and feel like we're not enough, that we didn't do enough, achieve enough, or stand out enough. We forget to recognize the value in simply trying and simply showing up. And sometimes our own doubts become our biggest obstacles. But I'm here to remind you who you are is enough and what you've done matters. Even if you weren't the top of your class or the most involved, your presence here made a difference. You've impacted people in many ways you may never even realize. There is a quote from The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky that says, "We are who we are for a lot of reasons. And maybe we'll never know most of them, but even if we don't have the power to choose where we come from, we can still choose where we go from there." That quote has stuck with me because it reminds us that our past does not define our future. What matters is what we choose to do next. And today, we stand on the edge of what's next. This moment is bittersweet. The class of 2025 is gathered together one final time. Some of us may never see each other again, and that's a hard truth to accept. But even if our paths never cross again, I will always carry pieces of this class with me. Whether we shared a conversation, a laugh, or a classroom, or just exchanged a glance in the hallway, you've all made an impression on me. One day, this moment will just be a memory. Life will keep moving forward, and we'll find ourselves in new places with new people. But right now, we get to pause and celebrate what we've accomplished. I remember being asked as a kid, what do you want to be when you grow up? I used to choose whatever sounded the coolest, thinking that somehow it would define who I was. But now I realize I never really knew. And honestly, most of us don't, and that's okay. What I do know is this: time is precious. And from this day on, it is up to us to decide what kind of life we want to live and who we want to become. To my fellow graduates, I am so proud of you. You've made it through the hard days, unexpected challenges, and moments of self-doubt, but you're here, and that matters more than you know. Oh, thank you. Have a blessed day. I thought I had another page.
Thank you, Ariana. One of my favorite times of the year is actually graduation. So much hard work, sweat, tears, and effort have gone into the lives of our graduates. And this is their special day. And I'm so proud of the class of 2025, our graduates. Today is bittersweet, but I would like to say to you directly, graduates, congratulations. You have made it here today. And first, I ask that as you leave here tonight, that your last day as a student and your first day as an alumnus, you will always remember where you come from. These early chapters are important ones in everyone's life, your life stories. Who you want to be tomorrow, however, lies in front of you and will be the outcome of the decisions that you make going forward. Fortunately, I am confident that you have all the tools that you need to lead you to your next path of success. Now, as I mixed and mingled with you tonight, I saw sparks in everyone's eyes as I was high-fiving you guys, and I'm asking you, are you ready for your next step? Yes. So tonight, I see future nurses and welders and construction workers, educators, business owners, healthcare workers, cosmetologists, maintenance, repair, electricians. It goes on and on. The sky is the limit, 2025. And so I ask you, never let anyone or anything extinguish that spark of hope. I ask this of you because you are our future. And those are my words of encouragement to the members and the class of 2025. So seniors today recognize and honor, we honor you for your accomplishments and the strengths as well as your ongoing efforts and your contributions to the real world now. Welcome to your graduation. To the parents of our graduates, your love, your support, and sacrifices have played a monumental role in our success, And we are so incredibly proud of the accomplishments of your children, your students, and we thank you so much for being a strong role model and advocates for your student here in education. And thank you all for all those hugs. Parents were hugging me as I was coming in, and y'all was a little bit emotional, but this is just good stuff. All right. So now we will have words of encouragement to the class 2025 as I introduce our newest program by Texas Works by Dr. Camarana.
This is amazing to see. So many people here to support you all and support everything that you've done. To the graduates, congratulations. Today is proof that it is never too late to dream, to try again, and to finish what you started. You've put in the work, you've done everything you need to do, you've earned every credit, and you've earned every bit of today's celebration. And to those of you in the audience who haven't reached that moment yet, I want you to hear that it's not too late for you either. Life doesn't always go according to plan. Sometimes school gets interrupted. Sometimes responsibilities come first, and the path forward just isn't clear. But none of that means that the story is over. you can still earn your high school diploma, and you can launch a career. You can rewrite your story. That's what Texas Works Waco is all about. Texas Works offers adults aged 18 to 50, that's 50, a second chance, not just to go back to school, but to move forward with purpose. We combine a high school diploma with a career certification so that you're not just walking away with a piece of paper, you're walking away into your future empowered and equipped. Whether you're here today as a graduate or as a guest, if you've ever wondered if your time has passed, I'm here to tell you your time is now. Texas Works is here for you. Let's turn the page and write the next chapter together. I implore you to visit texasworks.com or visit Texas Works Waco Facebook page or call Ms. Linton for more information. Again, congratulations to the class of 2025. You guys have been amazing, and I'm so excited to see what you do in the future.
Thank you, Dr. Camarana. So the top 10% this evening, it gives me great pleasure to stand and announce our top 10. Please stand and be recognized. Ariana Navarro Lopez, please stand. Yalil Luna. Joshua White Torres. Isabella West. Ethan Leckler. And Tommy DeLeon. Now, will the parents of the top 10 please stand? Thank you. You may be seated. Now, we also want to recognize tonight, graduating in 3 years is an accomplishment. Tonight, we have 19 early graduates. Please stand and be recognized. Now, will the parents and guardians of those 19 early graduates please stand and be recognized? All right, thank you. You may be seated. So now, Carter Blood Care, we have a presentation that we will card our seniors that donated. The need for blood is constant, and a community blood drive saves lives. When you donate blood with the Carter Blood Care, you are giving more time to your neighbors and your community and fellow Texans. At this time, we want to honor those students with a certificate and a red cord. This year, the Waco campus donated 41 pints of blood, 1 plasma donation, and 3 rare blood type donations. At this time, we will have their representative to come forward. Please come as I call your name. Emily Bautista. Clarissa Beltran Gonzalez. Isabel Flores. Sandra Gomez. Kiara Johnson. Marlexia Mercalli. Porciana McLean. Skylar Miller. Ariana Lopez. Israel Navarez. Patricia Ramos. Christian Smith. Isabella West. Jacob White. Landon Wilson. Carson Wiltz. Reese Zuckerman. Tyler Cross. Tatiana Hill. Mercedes Lozano. Serenity Smith. fix your hat. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Oh, get the back of it. You good? Yeah. Okay. All right. At this time, we would like to recognize our medical assistant, our CTE program. We will also be courting them tonight with our silver cords. At this time, we have 9 young ladies who completed the program and received nationally recognized certification. So, Dr. Cameron, I'm going to ask you to please court the ladies as I call their names. Sandra Gomez. Kiara Johnson. Mercedes Lozano. Zayla Mann. Porciana McClain. Mejia Pena. Haley Ramirez. And Abigail Taylor. Congratulations, ladies. At this time, I would like for Yalil Luna to please come forward and receive the McClellan Community College Scholarship. Congratulations. Also tonight, we would like to recognize 2 of our very own that will be enlisted and moving on to the military. Isabel Flores, United States Army, as well as Christian Smith, the Army. Thank you. So completing high school is, for many, a great challenge that takes much dedication and hard work. To rise to the very top of your class is a true distinction that reflects effort, successes far beyond the norm. So this evening, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our salutatorian as well as our valedictorian. Our salutatorian for the class of 2025 is Isabella West, also a 3-year graduate. Please stand. Our valedictorian for the class of 2025 is Joshua White, also a 3-year graduate. Would the parents of Isabella West and Jacob White please stand and be recognized? Congratulations, parents. Job well done. So seated are the employees of Premier Waco. And what can I say about this hard-working staff that have been instrumental in helping our students reach the end of their high school journey? Please stand and allow us to honor you, staff. We would also like to recognize our 2025 Teacher of the Year, Ms. Cheryl Jenkins. A special thanks to my secretary, Ms. Alcazar. A huge thanks to our senior teachers, Jenkins, Hall, and Ms. King. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And as we stated, the salutatorian is a student with the second highest grade point average in the senior class. And at this time, I would like to invite Isabella West to the stage to deliver her salutatorian speech.
Good evening. Before COVID, I was online for middle school, and isolating is how I'd describe it. One of the main reasons for coming to Premiere was to meet and talk to new people. I think it's safe to say I accomplished that. I've met people I now consider to be my best friends. To all of my classmates who are graduating today and the supportive staff of Premiere, I realize we may have not had the best relationships with each other, but I hope we all wish the best for each other. A bright and successful future. Thank you.
Thank you. The valedictorian is a student who has achieved the highest grade point average in the senior class. And at this time, I would like to invite Joshua White to the stage to present our valedictorian address.
Good evening, everyone. First off, I want to thank all of you for being here, friends, family, teachers, and everyone else who was able to make it tonight and the ones who weren't. I'm glad to be up here tonight giving you all this speech. I can't say being valedictorian wasn't my goal, but I could not have done it without the support of the people I have in my life. I wanted to take a minute to thank some of the people who supported me throughout my life in education. I first want to thank all of the teachers for all their support and help. I could not have done it without any of y'all. I want to say a special thanks to our principal, Mrs. Linton, for taking a chance on me and for being so understanding and welcoming to me throughout my time at Premiere. I know I wasn't always the easiest to deal with, so for that, I'm eternally thankful. I also want to thank Ms. Durham for all of your support. You are one of the strongest people I have met. Your strength has inspired me so much to always have the best day that I can. Next, I want to thank Ms. King for always being someone I could talk to when some days all I needed was somebody to listen. I next want to thank my family for all of their support. First, my grandma, who raised me alongside my mom. Unfortunately, she had passed away my freshman year, but I can only imagine what she would say to me tonight. My mom, for always being there for me, and the sacrifices you have had to make to give us the best life we could have. You are as beautiful as your soul. My sister, Leanne, whom I have always looked up to, I admire your courage to move across the country and start a life of your own. I'm glad we get to see each other's journeys through life and do it together. My sister, Lauren, who I also look up to, your strength to raise 3 kids and to see the woman and mom you have become, I wouldn't ask for anyone else to be my oldest sister. My brother Jamie, who graduated Salutatorian of the school last year, for always encouraging me to believe in myself and do better. I'm glad to have you as my older brother and friend. My twin brother Jacob, who is graduating with me tonight, is just as much about you and all of your accomplishments as well. I'm so thankful I got to do life with you. I cannot imagine life any other way. And my niece Lily, thank you for always being my best friend. I couldn't imagine life without having someone to make me laugh every day. Before going to Premiere, I was homeschooled for 3 years. I came to Premiere wanting to make friends. I'm glad to say I met my best friends who are graduating with me tonight, Araya and Jordan, who I consider my family. Thank you guys for being by my side and there for me every day for the last 3 years. I would also like to thank Luis and Angelica for all of your support and motivation, and thank you for not firing me. Unfortunately, I am no stranger to mental health. I understand what it's like to want to give up and to not know what to do or how to do it. But what I've learned is that you have to keep pushing forward and looking towards the future. We have our whole lives ahead of us. The jobs we will have, the people we will meet, the conversations we will have, the experiences we will have, the families we will have, and the futures that we will make. My last words of advice to my class is to keep pushing and to keep your head up high, because there is light on the other end and a whole future to see. I truly wish the best life for everyone. Thank you all. Oh, my hands are so slow.
Thank you, Josh, for that. Dominic Rocco Boats, known as Rocco, is a native of Waco, Texas, a passionate community builder, entrepreneur, and visionary leader. He is the owner of Rock My Style Barbershop. He is founded on June 22nd, 2010, with the mission to go beyond haircuts and create the space where people feel safe, valued, and connected. Over the years, Rocco Style has evolved into a true community hub, hosting everything from birthday parties to baby showers to engagement, celebration, and neighborhood gatherings. Rocco is also the co-owner of the Food Box in Waco, Texas, a food truck originally launched in June of 2021, where he brings his flavorful creates to eat to East Waco community. He's currently transitioning from the Food Box to a brand new business directing after buying out his partner. His entrepreneurial journey began after graduating from Colony High School in 2008, attending Mid-City Barber College, where he completed his training in 2010. He was also, he worked as a cook at Baylor University Brooks Dining Hall from 2008 to 2015. Rocco is a proud graduate of the Grassroots Leadership Training in 2024, the Leadership Plenty Institute 2025. He currently serves on the secretary on the board of directors for the City Center Waco. He sits on the board for the Syntex African American Chamber of Commerce and is a part of the City of Waco Downtown Formulating and Base Code Restructuring and Advisory Board. Deeply rooted in faith, family, and forward progress, Rocco is the proud husband to Corey, the proud father of 2 daughters, Tatum and Chandler. His personal and professional mission is to uplift East Waco throughout ownership, economic development, and intentional community engagement. From selling hoodies to buying commercial buildings, he is focused on using his platform to inspire others and create lasting change. One good choice at a time. I now introduce you to Mr. Bolts.
Thank you for that, but this is not about me. If you have a graduate in the room that you're extremely proud of, just make some noise right now, because we can't do that enough. You got to be proud. You got to be proud, because I had a chance to meet them for when I did the career day, and I seen myself. And it was just, 2008 when I was sitting in those seats about to graduate, thinking to myself, how in the world did I get here? Because I knew what type of student that I was. But as I grew old, grew older, because I'm not old, but I grew older, I realized it was nothing but the grace of God and the favor that he had on his life that I made it, because I knew as a student it was hard for me. And I know for y'all as well, and I talked to y'all today, Ms. Jenkins was getting on y'all's nerves, and y'all was having to turn in work. Y'all was going through things, but y'all showed up. Y'all showed up. Y'all could have gave up, but y'all are here today because y'all continue to show up. And for that, everybody in this room is proud of y'all. So I just want to say I'm proud of y'all as well, because when I look back, I see myself and I know what it felt like to graduate, and not thinking that I was going to be able to graduate, but then graduating. It was a wonderful feeling of making my family and everyone around me proud. But like she said, my name is Dominic Rocco Boats. I am the proud owner of Rock My Style. I create spaces and opportunities for professionals in Waco, one of the spaces being where I cut hair. I'm about to celebrate 15 years of business. On top of that, I have a barber and an esthetician that I house. And on the side, we have the Food Box. We're open every Sunday from 12 to 2. And from 2 to 4, we open from 12 to 4, and from 2 to 4, we host Safe Space Sunday, where we gather community members together to have meaningful conversation the objective is just to really build community in the East Waco area. You know, East Waco has always been looked at in a negative light with crime rate and poverty and low income and things like that. And so my whole thing is I want to develop in the darkness. I want to bring a bright side to East Waco. And so that's my mission. I recently just purchased another building on East Waco Drive, and everyone keeps asking me, what am I about to do with this building? I wish I knew. I don't know, but the job is to make a space. Maybe one of these graduates has a dream or something that they want to do, and they need a space to do it, and I'll be able to provide that space. So that's my whole thought process of doing so. And so, yes, I also serve on the board of City Center Waco, which focuses on the downtown area. So when you're going downtown Waco and you're looking at, maybe it's the holiday seasons and it's decorations up or the grass is cut and everything's looking nice, sidewalk, City Center Waco has a big part of making sure our downtown stays looking clean and looking nice. So I think they're doing a good job as well. And my passion truly is being here in Waco, which is why I serve on the Syntax African American Chamber board so that I can be a voice for small businesses. You know, a lot of people told me when I graduated that I should have left Waco or that you should leave Waco because Waco's not a good place and Waco doesn't have opportunity. Well, I look at that as an opportunity to create opportunity. And so that's what I'm staying here for. It's nothing like going to Union Hall and going to King's Wings or going to Z's Tea Bar to get a white sweet peach tea. And, you know, I just love to go to, like, local-owned businesses and support them, and that's what I'm all about. And so my wife is Corey. We have two girls, Tatum and Chandler. Tatum meaning the bringer of joy. Chandler technically is the bringer of a candle maker, but I say a bringer of light. And they are my joy and my light of my life. But if anybody in the crowd know me, they know that my life has not always been joy and has not always been light. You see, my dad, you know, he was incarcerated when I was 2 years old, which left my mom to raise me and my sister in a single-family household. And she did the best that she could with the helps with my aunts and my grandmothers and my great-grandmother, who pretty much seen me through until the day that I graduated. She told me, she said, I'm going to live to see you graduate. I graduated in June, and she died in that October. And that meant a lot for me because I really felt like she held on for me, and that just meant the world to me, which is another reason why, you know, I was trying to do right by her so that she can look down on me and be proud. But through my childhood, I was making poor choices. And I was making those poor choices because there was a gap in my life that I was trying to fill. And so those poor choices left me in summer school, left me in alternative school. My mom even sent me to go stay with my aunt because she couldn't get a grip on me. And so they was just tossing me around trying to figure out what would be right for me. But all that time, I was just making poor decisions. And I remember my dad wrote a poem to me. And this poem he wrote, I read it when I was about 16, and I put it to the side, picked it up about a year later. And the poem said, I once was young, but then I grew. I found lots of things to get into. Some were good and some were bad, but no one had the choice I had. No one did and no one ever will because God gave us all one life to live. So don't let my choices be your mistakes because your success will be based off the choices that you make. And at the time, when I read that, it really dawned on me. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Okay, clap it up. He thinks he's a poet. I guess I ain't going to say that. He's a poet. If he write poetry, he's a poet. So, yeah, that was one of the poems that I actually held close to me because I realized a year later when I read that, we can't blame our circumstances. We can't blame our parents. We can't blame where we came from. I think it was Ariana who said, like, we can start somewhere, but where we go, that's up to us. We have to make the choice for our own lives, and today, y'all have to make a choice as well. The choices that y'all made to continue to go, get up every day and come to school so that y'all can make it to this moment, this is just the start of a life of more choices that you have to make. And so I just ask that you guys just pray and to think about everything that you're about to do before you do it because it only takes 30 seconds to ruin your whole entire life. So make sure that you're making strong decisions. It don't matter what the people around you may think. You think about what's best for you and what's best for your life, and you make that decision so that you can continue to push forward and be the great person that you know that you can be. And I know that I had to start making those decisions, which led me here today to be able to give this speech to y'all. And this is an extreme honor. I didn't feel like I was qualified to do it, but people around me thought that I was, and it's because of the choices I continue to make to uplift and to build the community. So I just want to say congratulations. If y'all ever need me, I will be in East Waco. If y'all have some ideas, if you want to grow, you don't have to leave. You don't have to leave Waco. If you choose to leave, that's your choice. But you can be successful right here in the city of Waco, Texas. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Mr. Boats. At this time, we will have closing remarks by Zayla Mann.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Zayla Mann, and I'm incredibly honored to stand before you today. Before I begin, I want to express my gratitude to the faculty, staff, and families who have supported us through this journey. It is truly a privilege to share this moment with all of you. That being said, as we approach the end of our ceremony, I want to leave you with the final thought. As we stand here on this day we've dreamed of, counted down to, maybe even quietly dreaded, it's easy for us to forget just how much it took to get here. We didn't all take the same path. Some of us started confident, sure of who we were and what we wanted. Others spent these years figuring that out. One late night, one mistake, one very quiet victory at a time. Some of us had to work harder, not because we weren't capable, but because life demanded more from us. And still, throughout it all, we made it. That's what makes today so powerful. It's not just about finishing, it's about becoming, and becoming was never easy, because behind every cap and gown is a story, a journey filled with unseen battles, quiet doubts, and private resilience. We don't talk about those days, the days when the pressure felt like too much, when it seemed like everyone else had it figured out and we were just trying to keep up. We live in a world that constantly tells us to compare. It's easy to feel like we didn't do enough, like we should have joined more, spoken louder, and achieved more. But comparison is a thief. It steals the joy of our progress, the strength it took just to keep going. So here's what I hope we carry forward. Your path is valid, your pace is right, and your presence here is proof that you have a purpose. And purpose doesn't need a stage. It shows up in the way you help others, in your kindness, your creativity, your quiet strength. Just because your success wasn't loud doesn't mean it wasn't real. Just because your journey looked different doesn't make it less meaningful. We all belong here, not just because we took the same road, but because we didn't give up on our own. We made it, even when we thought we wouldn't. That's something no GPA or transcript can ever capture, but it's what makes this moment ours. To our teachers, thank you for seeing us even when we were hard to see, for your patience, your encouragement, and your belief in who we could become. You didn't just teach us facts, you helped us find the courage in our voices. To our families and loved ones, thank you for lifting us up when we couldn't stand on our own. This achievement belongs to you too. And to the class of 2025, I hope you never forget this. We didn't take the same roads to get here, and we won't take the same roads from here. But let's promise each other this much. Wherever we go, we'll go boldly, honestly, and unapologetically as ourselves. And when life gets hard, again, and it will, we'll remember this moment. We'll remember how far we've came, and we'll remember that we've already proven the most important thing. We made it anyway. Congratulations, class of 2025. Our stories are just beginning. Thank you.
Thank you, Zayla. At this time, I would like to ask Dr. Camarana to join me for the certification of our graduates. Will the class of 2025 please stand? Dr. Camarana, I am pleased to present to you Premier Waco's senior class of 2025. They have completed all requirements are board prescribed to participate in this commencement ceremony?
Thank you, Ms. Linton. On behalf of Texas Education Agency and our Board of Trustees, I accept these students as candidates for graduation.
As Ms. Jenkins and Ms. Hall call the names of our graduates, you may be seated. Remember that we're about to recognize them as individuals as they come onto this stage. This is an opportunity in their lives when the particular individual recognition will occur. So would you please keep that in mind as the kids are crossing and as their names are called so that everyone and all names can be heard. And now the calling of each senior's name.
Emily Bautista. Clarissa Beltran Gonzalez. Maria Burden Salazar. Harley Blevins. Slow down. Destiny Calvin. Jaylene Chavez. Georgia Belia Collier. Tyler Cross. Alexa Daughtery. Tommy DeLeon. Isabella Delgado. Santiago Dominguez. Samaya Estelle. Isabel Flores. Sandra Gomez. Larry Gonzalez III. Mariah Grady. Hayden Hicks. Tatiana Hill. Gabriella Holman. Emilio Infante. Mariah Jefferson. Omar Jimenez. Kiara Johnson. Brooke Kempton. Ethan Leckler. Adzareth Lyra Almanza. Ariana Lopez Navarro. Mercedes Lozano. Yalil Luna. Zayla Mann. Jacob Martin. Marlexia McCauley. Porciana McLean Parr. She forgot to give me certificates.
Skylar Miller. Catalina Maruno. Abram Mosley. Israel Navarez. Jeremiah Ocasio. Mahia Pena Fitzgerald. Ernest Ramirez. Haley Ramirez. Patricia Ramos. Jordan Renew. Eleazar Reyes Rocha. Robert Reyes. Thomas Rumsey. Diego Salcedo. Jaden Saul. Holland Shaw. Christian Smith. Jeffrey Smith. Serenity Smith. Samantha Suarez. Yuzuki Takahashi. Abigail Taylor. Andrea Torres Ramirez. Christian Torres. D'Angelo Vinces. Angel Ward. Omarie Warren. Isabella West. Jacob White. Joshua White. Landon Wilson. Carlson Wilson. Elena Wyatt. Reese Zuckerman.
All right, let me take a good look at you before we do this thing. All right, let me look at my watch for the last time for those of you, you know what I mean. Will the class of 2025 please rise for the turning of the tassel? This is the last act you will perform as a PHS student. Receive your last instructions from me as you transition from candidate to graduate. Students, move your tassels from right to left to symbolize your next transition. I now present to you the class of 2025.